Hi again everyone, Scott Pyre Pupco fan here, and in this video I want to do a franchise discussion of The Exorcist. Now, I have not seen the new movie yet. I'm planning on seeing it hopefully this upcoming week, and I'll definitely do a review for it here on my channel once I do. But yes, I want to talk about the original film, the sequels that came out after, the prequels that came out after, the TV show that came out after. So let's talk about it. So the original film, obviously, it's one of the most influential and one of the most scariest horror films ever, at least to most people. It still creeps me out a little bit, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't scare me, really. But it is a very influential horror film, and I definitely respect it for that. It's an amazing movie, and the sequels that followed, though, like Exorcist 2: The Heretic, I remember seeing that and then forgetting about it after T-1 day. I just, I liked having Linda Blair in that movie. She was like a teenager at the time when that movie was made, and but even then, like even with her in the movie, the movie, it was just so strange. Like I think there was like locusts and things like that in the movie, and it was just off the walls strange. So there was that. And then one highlight of this franchise, other than the original film, is the third film, Exorcist 3, which had Brad Dourif. Brad Dourif was in Exorcist 3. This is definitely one of the better projects in this franchise next to the original. I think what they do differently is very interesting, and there's a lot of creepy moments in that third film, and I really appreciate that third film for what it is. And yeah, it's definitely one of the highlights. It's one of my favorite films in this franchise after the original. And then also there were like two prequel films that were made, Exorcist: The Beginning and Dominion prequel to The Exorcist. Those movies are sort of similar in a way that they are essentially the same movie but made differently. So there's this whole weird little confusion there with those two prequel films. And I remember seeing those, and one of them I liked better than the other, because one of them had a little bit more of a connection to the original film than the other than I think it was Exorcist: The Beginning had more of a feel to the original than Dominion, I think. And those movies are okay, not great. But then also another project in this franchise that doesn't get talked about enough is the Fox TV show. I think that first season, it did a pretty good job being its own story, but then started to connect to the original film more in the latter half of the season one. And because Gina Davis, she played the mom in that first season, and it was revealed at the end of the season that she was Regan McNeil as an adult. So I thought that was interesting. Granted, she's not Linda Blair, so yeah, there's that. And then, season 2 of the show, I liked this TV show for what it was, because it did its own unique thing. It did its own unique kind of storytelling within the possession genre, and I liked that. It was really interesting what they did with the TV show, and it doesn't get talked about enough. I really enjoyed it. And then, and Exorcist Believer, which I have not seen yet, but I've heard it's getting bad reviews. But I'm still excited for the movie nonetheless. Worth noting, ever since the original Exorcist movie came out, there have been countless demonic possession movies. So to make a new Exorcist film in recent years, it can be very challenging, especially when there's so much that has already been done with the genre. It's hard to do something new and original. It's really hard. I mean, I'm sure that there are ideas out there to do something different with the genre, sort of like what the Talk to Me movie did with the genre. I thought that movie was also a really well, solid possession film. It wasn't demonic. It was a spiritual possession film, but it did something different and unique, which I thought was really cool. But you know, as I'm saying, it can be really hard to try and do something new and different with the genre, which is why I'm going into this new film with excitement, but also with tempered expectations, because it's I know it's not gonna do anything new or different, and I know it's also gonna connect to the original movie in a way that some people might not like, but I'm not gonna mind it. Like, Ellen Burstyn, she's coming back as Chris McNeil, Regan's mom, and I'm really excited to see her again. And also worth noting, this is the first film in a trilogy, so and I'm already hearing that this new movie is doing decently well at the box office. So I think they're gonna go forward with The Exorcist Deceiver. It comes out in a couple of years from now, 2025. So whether you like it or not, this is happening. Even if this first film, Believer, doesn't do well critically, who knows? Maybe the sequel will do better critically, and then the third film, whatever that winds up being. So yeah, this is a franchise that I do enjoy. Like, I like the genre. Like, I like the genre, because aside from these Exorcist movies, I've seen other movies like The Possession, starring Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and that's another movie I really like. And Talk to Me, that's another example. And Exorcism of Emily Rose, that's another really good example. There have been a lot of demonic possession movies, and it's a really underrated genre. I mean, not underrated, but it's a genre that definitely, I think, is one of the better subgenres of horror, if you ask me. Even though there's been countless horror films within this subgenre, and the horror genre is a very vast. It really is, because you have this genre, you have the slasher genre, zombies, and it's crazy how many different subgenres there are in horror. And the demonic possession genre is one of my favorites. So yeah, I think I'm not gonna do a ranking now, but I might at some point in the future. So look forward to that when I do, and I will definitely do my review of Exorcist Believer once I see it. I might be seeing it this Tuesday with my buddy Sean. So yeah, look forward to all that. And in regards to what my next video might be, I might do a video for The Walking Dead, like what I was talking about in one of my previous videos. So yeah, alright guys, I'll see you all next time. Peace.